Hey everyone, welcome to Carrie's Garage, and on this episode it's SunBug Resurrection Part 4. Gonna mess around with some tins, the carburetor, and the distributor. Well, it's been a couple of days since we did the simple green and water with the part, so let's go ahead and pull it out. Got a fresh bin right there with some hot water, and rinse them off and see how they turned out. Alright, we've got the hot water running now with the hose, so I'll go ahead and rinse everything off. And some of the stuff's definitely going to take a little bit more scrubbing and whatnot, but so at least to start, get some of that heavy grease cleaned off of it. Well, while the parts were sitting in the rinse bin and they were still wet, I got out the wire brush and I just started brushing them off, getting any of the big residual stuff off. So we have a really great point now to work with, and I can clean them up and then paint them. Everything came out really nice. Gonna polish up the intake manifold ends. One thing I did notice though is these push rod tubes are pretty banged up and there's a bunch of dents, and so I'm actually gonna see about maybe just ordering a new set for this engine. But overall, this is a really good step. We're getting a bit closer. Well, just got back from Harbor Freight. Got me a new wheel of death for the angle grinder so I can start cleaning up all the tins. Gonna wire brush them, get them ready for paint, and start cleaning up the intake manifold ends right there. All right, just about done with the wire wheel and the tins, at least on this little section. Got a little bit more left and I can start painting them. Then I pulled out the Dremel and started cleaning that one intake manifold end right there. Gonna do up the other one. Well, I'm about halfway done with painting, but there's a storm rolling in, so I can't really do much more outside right now. And the paint's still a little bit wet, so I'm gonna let it cure. Got the intake runners polished up a bit, or way more cleaner. So we're a few more steps ahead. Now it is time to completely strip the carburetor so I can clean it. It's got some gunk in it, and clean up the distributor really well. Alrighty, we've made some headway. There's the carburetor completely taken apart. I haven't taken the choke or the throttle flap out yet. I'm trying to decide if I want to do that, clean up the bushings or not. But it's all in pieces, so I can really thoroughly clean it, make sure everything's working properly and all the jets and everything are clear. Now, one thing, I've done a lot of these Volkswagen carburetors, so I can just throw everything in a box and I know where it goes. But if you've never done this or haven't done it much, always keep track of where each screw and where jets and everything goes. The other thing I've done is decided to completely strip the distributor as well. The drive was just, it was a lot stiffer than I really wanted to, so I figured I'd just completely take it apart and clean up the shaft and everything, make sure all the centrifugal weights work. So I drove the pin out of the drive out. And then if you look in here, there's the plate that the points go on. So go ahead and get that out. Usually it's not that easy to get out. You got to take a screwdriver and wiggle it back and forth, but I already took it out. And then what we do is we take the shaft out of the distributor. Now, one thing to always keep in mind, there is shims on the shaft at the top and the bottom. So there's one right there. And I'm sure a lot of people have covered it on YouTube and different automotive channels, but this is how the distributor advance works for the mechanical side of stuff. So there's actually weights right here. One there, one there. And it appears that I'm missing a spring as well. Interesting. Huh, good thing I took it all apart. So when the distributor shaft spins, it flings these weights out and actually turns this top portion of the distributor to advance the timing a little bit. So I've got a lot of cleaning and work to do on this, and I guess there's some parts I need to find as well. I wonder if I have any taken apart distributors. I'll have to look, but anyways, that's kind of where I'm at right now. Well, clean up the distributor a bit. Got the Dremel with the wire wheel on it and started cleaning it up. Just with some carb cleaner, cleaned up the shaft and the body of the distributor, so it actually spins now. Now I just gotta see if I got a couple of parts to put it back together, and then we should be good. Well, that about does it for this video. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you next time.